Welcome back to another one. This isn't the culture breeding tips and hints video that I said I would do in this video. It's actually just going to be a general fish room update and give some of the fish a feed, show you what's going on in some of the tanks. We've got a couple of L134 leopard frog plecos trapping. The L333 and the 236 are back on eggs again after 4 days, I think it was. I pulled them in the last video. So yeah, things are going great with them, and we've got another trap in down in the L471 tank. Some of you might have seen in the last video that we had a badly injured L471 female, got force trapped, and she's not looking great. But we're going to go over and have a look at her as well later on in the video, and just sort of tell you what I have done and what I'm going to continue to do to try to get her back to full health. But on a more positive note, I've got a new mic coming. A lot of people have said that the sound quality is not very good. It's pretty sharp. At the moment, I've got my air pump off because I think that was making it even worse, because it's very loud and it was making me having to speak louder almost over the air pump. But yeah, the sound situation should be resolved within the next video or two. But let's get into the video and feed some tanks and take a look at some plecos. So here we have the fry we pulled out in the last video. As you can see, they're starting to get their stripes now and absorb their yolk sacs pretty nicely. Counting them again, there's 27 there, which really isn't a bad spawn for older plecos. And then we've got some just growing out in here, as you can see. A few under here. Few of them there. Them guys all just growing out. They're all L236 basics. Sorry about the waterline on the glass. These are the guys we pulled out in the last video. Just thought I'd show you them. So I've actually given up with my camera for a minute. Yeah, not with my camera, sorry. My speaker is actually starting to actually get to me a little bit now. I've tried fixing it in every way possible. It works for 5-10 minutes normally, and then it goes back to that crackly sharp. So you're gonna hopefully have to put up with the sound in here for a bit, being a little bit noisy. So we're just going to give the L333 a little feed, see who comes out. So we're just at the tank on the left hand side in the storage room, utility room. There's a load of clothes just to the left that have just come out the dryer and stuff, so rather than move them all, I just thought I'd set the video up here. So we'll give these guys a feed and see who wants to come out. As you just saw there in that little time lapse of them all having a feed, it's actually a pretty active tank with quite a few fish in it now. I probably won't put any more fish in it. And there you can see one of my L397s that I grew out from a batch of them I had that I forgot I had in the other tank, and I popped them in here a few videos ago. The gold lasers are still absolutely popping. I say this all the time, but they are like perfect examples of how a gold laser should look, these guys. The old green phantoms out. Normally goes away once we get the camera a bit closer, but that is an absolutely stunning fish. I don't know if any of you guys have, leave a comment on the video if you have, but from looking at them, I've looked at loads in fish shops and stuff, I've never seen them with the spots all the way to the tail. I don't know if that's just something the juveniles, they have when they're juvenile and the spots fade out at the base when they get older, but I haven't seen any others that look at like that, to be honest. There's Bulldozer, big male chameleon whiptail coming through. He's actually pretty well mannered, to be fair. He could just completely boss the tank. And that's the angelfish I popped in here, separated them because they were fighting. I think they're just happier on their own. No other free swimming fish in here. All other fish in here are catfish, so I'm pretty sure they enjoy it here. So I've just turned the air pump off whilst I record this video. We're going to come down here to the L333 albinos tank. These guys have been doing great. They're all pretty well conditioned now towards getting consistent spawns from them, because it would sort of be 2 or 3 females conditioned and then one would condition, you know, like, and a young male would continuously eat the eggs, which is this guy here that's doing the giant poo. But at least that's one way to see that your pleco's healthy, by them jet black thick poos. And that sponge filter definitely needs a clean, so we're going to give these guys a feed. Oh, that's the humidifier just clicked on. So we'll give these guys a feed, and we'll get a water change done in their tank. Right, so the L333 albinos weren't that keen to come out for a feed. I have been feeding them a lot to try and condition them faster. The foods that I've been feeding today, the L333 albinos, I fed super soft Artema mix by Ebo Foods. The tank in the utility room / storage room, the food's still good quality food, but it's not the same food as what I would feed to my breeders, or like my breeding groups, so I call them. The food I fed them was Dr. Basilia regular, extra small, and some algae wafers from Hikari. I find they're both great foods. Get a great variety if you feed them together. Not too much meal and nasty stuff in them. The Dr. Basilia is actually really good food in my opinion. And the Hikari algae wafers, not so great, but they're typically the better quality algae wafers compared to most, unless you're comparing them to Ebo's algae wafers. Ebo's food is, I find it's far superior to pretty much most other pleco foods on the market. We're just going to go through, give a few tanks a little vacuum out. I've just started to do this one. I'll do the albinos tank and the leopard frog tank behind you, and then I'll probably give them guys a feed and let you take a look at them. The reason I haven't done the Picoltia video yet is because I would actually like to take some of the plecos out of the tank and show you them in the video. And I've got 2 of the males on exit at the moment. One of the males from the new breeding group I acquired from my friend, and my previous group's dominant male, he's on eggs as well. So the guy I got them off said that his frogs never ever ate the eggs. Mine always have, and I'm probably going to pull them in the next 24 to 36 hours. You should be watching this video on Saturday, so I'll probably be pulling them on Sunday afternoon, and that's when I'll start trying to get some footage for the Bucultia breeding tips and hints video. And I've got some old pictures, and I think I've got a few old videos of my old L205 wormline plecos on eggs. Pretty sure I saw them the other night. I'll download them and get them up, because obviously I haven't got that group anymore. And I'll go into real detail about how I got through the trouble I had breeding my L134, the kind of research I did on them. I've got 5 tank bred in there, and I've got 8 wild caughts. So I'll go through the issues I had with that. There was quite a big one right at the beginning. And yeah, I'll just go into my own personal experience with them and how I think I trigger them to breed when the season's correct. Okay, so we've just given these guys a little water change, and now we're going to get on to giving them a feed and see who comes out. The 2 males that are on eggs, this guy here and this guy in here, they probably won't come out. Well, definitely won't come out unless they've eaten their eggs. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope that gave you a little bit of an insight to as the activity of the plecos when they're feeding and things like that. Once again, I do apologise for the sound, but in the next video it will not be the same. In the Bucultia breeding tips and hints video that's going to be coming up next, the mic sound should be good. I'm hoping it's good, because the Hollyland mics that I bought, I think they were like 230 quid. So with any luck, it's a decent mic, and it will change this whole experience of using this crackly mic. And the best thing is the Hollyland ones are going to be waterproof. So if you like the video, give us a like. If you really liked it, you could subscribe and see what's coming up. I've actually just done a little mini pond build, like a 2-stage pond running off of 1 pump, an overflow pond, which I will be using that to breed some stir-by things like the wood cats in the summer, because I do have another shed down there which I do set up some tanks outside in the summer. I used to have a go at breeding fancy goldfish and stuff like that, but I don't think I'll do that this year. I think I'll probably do a lot of rice fish and cory breeding outside. But yeah, that's for another video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.